With its distinctive swimming pools in the upper deck, there's a look inside Everbank Stadium here in Duval County, Florida. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
On red. Here we go, son.
They'll start on the ground, Etienne. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now. You talk about this Bengals defense. They really played well in that win last week against Miami.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun. But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
Hey, run! Think right! Go, go!
Now Lawrence. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game?
There he goes, right side. He may go. Jamar Chase. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Evan McPherson for the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we could walk away with a win.
23 yards on the play.
Yeah, that's a nice pickup there, especially when it comes on the heels of a 3-and-out the first time you have the ball. They were determined to not have that happen again, and that's a nice throw for their first down of the game.
And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. The Jaguars at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
I'm one, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. They are riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings, because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't err too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
And he's got a Bengals first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. You look at this Jaguar defense. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
Definitely going to need to be physical with these receivers, whether that's right at the line of scrimmage trying to jam them or bump them off their routes, or when the ball arrives and you go ahead and put your shoulder into them and try and knock it loose.
Burrow will throw. Open man is Chase, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
Here we go.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll work the middle here with Wright. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And they'll go right back to Wright. And he gets it down to the 32.
Yeah, once more, strong running. Excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Gun. Got.
Now it's Burrow. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Here's Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 20-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
They'll run on first down with Wright. Trayvon Walker makes the tackle.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Eleven empty.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Wright. And he'll be taken down well behind the line, and I think he might have just given those 4 yards right back. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Over the middle, he's got Mayer. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Ready?
And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
On 2, ready? Mighty.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Michael Mayer, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bengals lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Well, they have to be loving this start to the first quarter.
Well, the way that they're going, I mean, you're talking about 2 touchdown drives already. They feel very confident and feel like they have all the answers in this game. They're 1 point away from going up 14-0. Maybe they press the advantage and go for 2.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Well, this defense for the Bengals, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
11, Agate.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. It's caught by Davis. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority.
1-1, ready?
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go.
So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and, you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute. But did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it. And afterwards, they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go, here we go. Stop.
They go play action with Burrow.
Looking deep here for Chase.
And he's got it inside the 10. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Jamar Chase
With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And McPherson on for the extra point.
And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Bengals 21, Jaguars nothing. Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
He'll go up top here for Hamler.
He's got it at the 15. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
K.J. Hamler.
54 yards.
And the Jaguars are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Here we go, here we go.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down.
11, Thomas.
A give up the middle to right. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Now it's Burrow. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Nothing open downfield. He had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
11, MT, take. 11, MT, take.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Josh Hines-Allen drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now.
Back deep to return is K.J. Hamler.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Straight ahead, Etienne.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Hey, I'm gun. Take right open. Easy.
From the gun, it's Lawrence.
It's caught inside the 25. And he makes it all the way down to the 13-yard line. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 45 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
From the shotgun, Lawrence.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Second and 10. A shotgun snap and a give to Etienne.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Scott on the return, out of the end zone.
Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
The LSU connection, Burrow to Chase for the Cincinnati first.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's right. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Burrow looking to pass. Got a man, it's Mayer. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
They'll run out of the gun with Wright. Tackle made by Devin Lloyd, the linebacker. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
That's complete right around the 8. And the Bengals are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
11 MT, 11 MT.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for 1st and goal. Now Burrow. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Jalen Wright, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. McPherson on for the point after. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Makes the score Bengals 28, Jaguars 10. McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Looking long for Thomas. That's caught inside the 20. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
13, Luke. Luke. Go, go. 11.
Now Lawrence to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
13, Luke. Luke. Hey, kill. Silver.
Here's Lawrence. Touchdown, Jaguars. Luke Musgrave as the first half is winding down. And the Jaguars are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Jaguars 17.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was a safe. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade and Lurikin. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
11. Chip. Here we go.
Lawrence will throw. Completes it to Davis. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
They'll run with Etienne. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Logan Wilson, the one who got in there and dropped him to the ground. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
30 left. Hey, I'm gone. Red.
On 3rd and goal, Lawrence. Touchdown! Gabriel Davis, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars take advantage of the field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we didn't put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
Lawrence going to look to throw for it. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. They'll come up 2nd and 7. They'll go again here with Wright. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 60 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
On the handoff, it's Wright. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down and 5. Now a give, running left is Wright. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. If they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. That is caught. He's got a first and maybe more. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, 52 yards, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but, Charles, they look up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only second and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Logan Wilson able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. And they went empty backfield, and because of that, nobody was there to pick up the blitz.
And you know that offenses, when they go with the empty backfield, they have different things designed on every play to try to account for things. But what people often forget, defense is audible as well. And a lot of times when they see an empty backfield, they audible right into a blitzing situation.
And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Hey, go, go! Go, go! Go, go!
Looking to throw, Lawrence. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Scott to return it. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Here we go.
This is 2nd and 8.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Got his man complete over the middle. That's right.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On the give, this is right.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap, because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Here we go.
2nd and 9 from the 44.
11, 11, 11. 12, 12, 12. 11, 11, 11.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the fourth.
I'm fine. Ready?
2nd and 9.
Gun. Dot. 11, MT, take. Dot.
They'll look to throw.
That's to his tight end, all.
Will go down as a gain of 6. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
I'm 1. Ready?
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
They'll try and run for this with Wright.
And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Here we go. Dot.
Burrow will throw.
Over the middle, that's caught by Chase.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
The first down carry for Davis. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
76 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the fourth quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
On first down, they'll stay with Wright on the ground.
And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing.
Touchdown, Bengals!
T. Higgins
from 6 yards away.
And the Bengals are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. So add another one into the touchdown column. What a game. That is now 6 touchdown passes for him so far in this one. McPherson now for the extra point. And that one makes this a 19-point game.
Makes the score Bengals 42, Jaguars 23. Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Lawrence. This pass caught by Hamler. And he's able to get it all the way down to the 20. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 59 yards.
To get back in this ball game, big plays are going to be necessary. And here's one right on cue. Coming up with 3 scores here in the fourth is not going to be an easy task. But that's good work there to bite off a chunk of yards.
They go play action now. Lawrence. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
He was trying to get that one out to his running back out of the backfield, but that one was read and timed perfectly, and they were able to break it up.
Hey, kill!
Now Lawrence. And he's got it. It's Thomas for a Jacksonville touchdown. Brian Thomas, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
On 2, ready?
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go.
Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he'll get this to the 32.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
A short throw there pulled in by All. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow to the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll make it second down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ikey's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 38-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Here we go.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Back.
On the ground, it's right. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. He was brought down by Foyesade Aluakin. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Throw right side, hauled in by Dobbs. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Here we go.
7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Here's Burrow. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
And that will wind up just short. He had it online. It ran out of gas at the end, and this will stay a 12-point game. Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settled in now 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
He'll air it out deep for Thomas. Oh, and that is incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Rip, 23. Hey, kill.
Now Lawrence. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. So a 4th quarter pick 6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner. And I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick 6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Lion. Heavy, heavy. Go, go, let's go. Here we go.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Open man is Musgrave, the tight end. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 22 yards there, a first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
11, Agate. Dirty left. Hey, I'm gun. Here we go.
They'll look to throw now on first down. This is caught inside the 15. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Luke Musgrave with his second touchdown of the night. And the Jags get a bit closer. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. So down a couple scores, only one timeout left. You figure they have to get this one. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to them.
They've got his man complete, and he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Jamar Chase with career touchdown number 60. And the Bengals are closing in on a third straight victory to start the campaign. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game.
Jaguars 37. Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. KJ Hamler returning it. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Bengals grab it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
Right? Here we go. Here we go.
They'll run with Wright. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. Here's Wright. And able to work
his way down to the 16.
89 yards rushing for him now to this point.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Gun, gun.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Stop.
On third down, here's a run by Wright.
And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage. They are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Well, partner,